Hey, how's it going? I am the Sanguiem, and welcome back to Create Above and Beyond. So last episode we worked on this thing, this infernal mechanism contraption, which kind of just happened. I mean, I wasn't actually planning on making the infernal mechanism device, but I kind of did, just because it was convenient to lay it all out to figure out how to sort the vines from the kelp. So, yeah, it just sort of happened. I mean, I'm not complaining. We needed this done eventually anyway. And I also went ahead and powered up this pump here. I mean, it's pretty simple. This is what I was going to do from the beginning. I just didn't want to commit to that until I figured out what this belt was going to look like. Also, after this thing has backed up, which, funny enough, there is actually kelp blocks in there, but the kelp doesn't really hurt it. Despite the fact it was backed up, it was still feeding the blaze burner fuel. So I decided to hook up a redstone link to it that activates based on how full this container is. So it shouldn't turn on unless there's, like, space in the tank, basically. That'll save up on kelp blocks that I've been trying to find a way to get rid of. I still haven't figured out this thing yet. I don't really know what its deal is, but I don't know. We got plenty of lava coming in anyway, so not my biggest priority. What I want to do to this episode is just some housework. You know, making some doors, clearing some land. Maybe I can set up a trade machine in the corner for convenience purposes, so that I don't have to always run all the way over there. But it would involve yet another brass pipe. You know what, let's do the trade machine first, just because I think it is one of the simpler things to do. By the way, I've been thinking about this room, and I don't know what to do with this space. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I could just make this the garage for the drill. I think that was the original purpose. Alright, never mind then, never mind. We can use it for that. What I was thinking about was potions. There are certain potion brewing techniques that can be used to make specific things. For example, gunpowder. If we make instant damage potions and feed it cinder flour, it becomes gunpowder. I believe you can do the same with glowstone. Yes, you can make night vision out of glowstone. And believe it or not, you can grind up luminous crystals into glowstone, which is kind of neat. Finally, you'll notice that redstone comes from cinnabar, all that stuff, but then you can also just use a potion of strength mixed with cinder flour. Now, I don't know about you, but I think infinite redstone sounds pretty cool. I think it might be a good idea to make a potion. Like, if we were going to do potion manufacturing, I mentioned before that it would be kind of nice to have a Nether factory. Have a factory building built in the Nether dedicated to things that can mostly only be done in the Nether. If we do that, then we can set up a brewing station and have, like, blaze powder and blaze rods be ground up and used for brewing. Even though, as long as you have the blaze burner, like, you don't actually need blaze rods and blaze powder to brew anything. But it's, I don't know, it's still fitting, I think, to make some sort of brewing station. Oh, and speaking of potions, hold on, you know what? Let's keep going down this rabbit hole. Zinc machines. Last episode, I said I'd look up some of the contraptions, see what they do. I now know what they do. Okay, so first off, the Accumulator. This is a device that's basically a giant hopper. You put it in the ground, and it can collect anything around it. I believe it's at 11 by 11 around the block. And it collects it up and puts it in its inventory. I can see that as being useful for a couple things, I guess. Then you have the decorative diffuser, which says device potion diffuser there in that tag. Well, apparently that's because this device is designed to take a potion, whether it's in a bottle or supplied to it with via pipe, and it will disperse that potion effect in an area around it, and that effect diameter changes depending on the type of potion. Like, I think if it's a normal potion, it's like 7 by 7. If it's a splash potion, it's 9 by 9. And if it's a lingering potion, I think it's 11 by 11. So that's what that does. I don't see a big use for it at the moment. Maybe there will be a use for it later, but At the moment, I see no reason to use this. Now, these two, I mean, we know what the igneous extruder does, but this one, the nullifier, this is actually exactly what I need for the next phase. The nullifier will take any fluid or item and delete it. Now, if you recall, chromatic waste, I had the darnest time trying to think, alright, draining paintballs create a significant amount of liquid byproduct, which has to be disposed of before it starts clogging up the line. Well, chromatic waste, like, you can't really do anything with chromatic waste. And my solution idea was at first, alright, well, what if we just have an iron generator, make buckets, put it in a bucket, and then hook it up to a dropper, drop it into fire, and it's gone. But no, we don't need to do that. We could just pipe this stuff directly into a nullifier, which is excellent news. I am very happy we built this now, because yeah, that and the igneous extruder, which, the more I look at this, the less happy I am with it. I don't like what I am being insinuated, so to kind of help calm me down a little bit and perish my anxieties, as it were, I think I'm going to do something. Why do I have this brass machine? What did I need it for? Oh, that's right, a dropper. I was going to make a dropper. And we'll make a trade machine. And let's make this extruder. Now, how does this work? Let's grab a bucket of lava. Maybe it would be nice to have a pond back here or something. Just something nice. Something, a decorative reason to have water nearby. Now this thing doesn't look like it needs power. So we'll just put this here. Augmentate, alright, that doesn't work. Well, it looks like it tries to accept lava. Turns various types of stone. Requires an adjacent lava source and cooling. The block beneath may also affect the product. Oh, beneath! Okay. Apparently this thing requires a connection. And it requires some sort of coolant. Be it lava or what. Does this mean it consumes lava to make cobble? Because if it does, that's dumb. Here, what do you say for temporary reasons? We'll put this here. Now, is the lava actually going in here, or... No, it's not. Okay, interesting. The lava is not going in there. But how do I get the lava in here? Ah! Okay, that's not it. Oh, wait. It says adjacent lava source. It says it requires an adjacent lava source. So, maybe I'm overthinking this. Let's take it over here, away from the wooden structure. So if I put this here... and this here... Hey! Okay, alright, so that's how that works. And it makes cobblestone pretty quickly, actually. But then it says here, augmentation. What does that mean? Well, there's a bunch of these, things here. Allows XP to be stored and retrieved. Ooh. Modular. Allows sides to be reconfigured for inputs. Item filter. Tank. Stabilized coils. I don't know if any of these would count as upgrade worthy. Either way, while I was looking at that stuff, wait a minute, what the... Wait a minute, there's a guide! There's a guide that could have told me what all this stuff, how all this stuff worked. And it's only like a couple bits of iron. Alright, we have an igneous extruder, so we're going to store that away, I guess. And now we have a book. Technology, augments, oh wow. Dynamos, oh wow. Devices, oh wow, look at that. Aqueous accumulator. Generate infinite water for your needs. I think that's a lie. The magma crucible doesn't exist, apparently. Servo press, blast chiller. Alright, this stuff I think will actually be useful later on. So we'll put this in the miscellaneous barrel and think about it. But it's nice that we now have something that tells us what these things are. As for this, let's just turn into obsidian, I guess. Okay, anyway, so today we are working on this yard here. We're going to clear it out a bit, and basically we're going to uncover the rest of the valley. Because I think I've mentioned this a couple times already. This entire village is set upon a large L-shaped valley. And this is the first part of the L here, and then we just have one little part here. So I'm going to go through and just tear down all this wood. And then kind of flatten the terrain a bit. So yeah, be right back. This is probably going to take a while. Alright. Everything has been flattened. I don't know if I'm gonna maybe use any of this large amount of grass blocks to maybe raise up certain parts and maybe have some bits of the farm a little higher, give it some elevation, make it look nice. I'm not sure how to do that yet, but I'm sure I'll think of something soon. Just not this episode, you know? Alright, but now that this area is cleared out, we can kind of plan out what's gonna go here. I'm thinking over there we'll have the trade tower. Or at least that's what I thought. But upon looking at it like this, I kind of want the trade tower over there. The original thought was maybe if I put it over there in that little, like, I don't know, you see how the hill kind of, like, goes around like that? I mean, it'd be kind of cool to fit, like, a tower in there. And we probably still can, you know? Put a small something over there, give it some sort of use. What would we use it for, though? Could use it for power. I don't know, and then there's also the space over here I don't know what to do with. I could also extend the farm over there. I do have this cool idea that maybe I could grow nether quartz, because something that slipped my mind was the fact that you can make nether quartz seeds. And funny enough, you can use these nether quartz, pure nether quartz to make rose quartz. And if you combine them together into a block of quartz, you could then melt that down and turn it into normal nether quartz. Which, I mean, as you know, can be used in a whole manner of things. So, I wouldn't mind if we had some sort of nether quartz growing station. I think we need lava for some things in the Invar factory, so maybe we could have more hellbark trees there. And just pump the lava down underground. I'm not sure. If any of you have any ideas, feel free to share them. Although, I'm sure the field will be done by the time you've voiced your opinion, but don't worry, that doesn't mean I can't build it in the future somewhere else. Now, I've been thinking about the trading thing. Alright, I'm thinking we ought to set up the trade station here. I'm thinking we put it here. No. This is tough. It's tough because of power. Like, I don't know how I'm going to supply power to this thing. It'd be different if I maybe had it here. Or here. Have a barrel here. Okay, I kind of like this one. Yeah, let's put it here. Let's put it here, maybe. And we'll raise it up here. Alright, this will be the first automatic trading station. Now, here's the trick, though. Here's the tricky part. So, this is going to be an all-purpose trading station. We're going to come over here, pick up the trades from the barrel, and put them in here, and like, we're just going to do it like that. However, I'm thinking we have the kelp be brought over to a trade machine that is up high, where it is split from the weeping vines and all that. The weeping vines are brought this direction, where they are composted and just dropped onto this belt. And then we just have bone meal being stored in the drawers over here. At least, that would be cool. But I don't know. Because it would take a very long time, but eventually that would fill up the system, I believe. Having a farm hooked directly up to the storage unit is a bad idea. Oh! 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 Hold on! Look at this! 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 Bone meal. 3x3. Bam! Bone block. Bone block. Package. Bam. Osseous brick. Osseous brick. 6 coin. There we go! Apparently you can sell bone meal if you process it enough. So I'm thinking maybe up there on that wall, we have some kind of device that further processes kelp and weeping vines into something that you can sell. Now here's a question. Here's a question for you. If we, instead of putting kelp towards selling, what if we just shipped the kelp in a composter and just turned it straight to bone meal and helped like heighten our output of osseous brick? Would that be more cost effective than just straight up selling the kelp? Would it be? Let's think about this for a second. It probably takes a pretty decent amount of vegetation to make bone meal. Let's come over here and look at our current bone meal reserves. So I've maybe used 4 or 5 stacks, maybe even 6 stacks of bone meal since the entire creation of this thing. And we have just shy of 17 stacks of bone meal here. Now that's after throwing stacks upon stacks upon stacks upon stacks of saplings into this thing. Now, I don't know if kelp is better than saplings. Let me throw some kelp in here and see what happens. I don't know. I think it might be more cost effective to simply sell the kelp, because this I'm not liking. I'm not liking this at all. There, that's 3 bone meal. Okay, so about 3 stacks of kelp made just shy of 9 bone meal. So that's 1 bone block that we would have to package down into osseous brick. Now we need a whole stack of this stuff to make 6 coin. A stack. That's a stack of bone blocks. That's 64 times 9 bone meal. That's all of this bone meal is equal to 6 coin. I think I should sell the kelp all by itself. I don't think it's worth investing the kelp into bone meal. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take that belt and bring the contents over here and do the composting and the packaging and shipments and all that. But there is one small problem. So, osseous brick needs a masonry pass in order to sell it. Kelp, however, requires a farming pass. I don't think you can use 2 passes in one machine, which means, unfortunately, it looks like we're gonna need 2 trade machines up there. I had a quick think about the direction I want this to go in, and I think maybe it would be a good idea to have a trade machine already up here accepting kelp. We could just put it like here or something and diverge the belt this way. We could have a Stirling engine in here. And here's the cool thing. This leads outside. So we could totally hide something in this little pocket here. There we go. And we can put the hopper here. I think that's a good idea, because just behind this wall here, there's already fuel being brought up to this height right over there. We could just take a piece of that pipe and bring it over here. So there's the fuel right there. Yeah, I like that idea. I do, I like it. There's only one small wrinkle, and that is the coin. Where is the output of the coin gonna go? And one other thing, too. I was having a think about these kelp blocks, and I thought of something. These kelp blocks, you can bone meal them. So I moved back the barrel holding the fuel a little bit. So right over here. We can put a pipe into this, have it go off into this direction, and go up the wall here. We can take overflow of the kelp and have it go to that belt that's taking the vines to a composter. And excess fuel gets composted. Nothing's wasted. It's a lot of work, but I think it'll help a lot. And if it doesn't work, hey, you know what? We have a nullifier, so I guess at the end of the day, if we really have to, we could just pipe all the excess fuel to a nullifier. Hold on, wouldn't this make more sense? Hey, wait a minute. I think this makes more sense. Wait a minute. If we have the belts like this, we can have it go this way for an input and this way for an output. Hey, that makes more sense. I just wasn't thinking in 2 dimensions. I was just thinking, one belt, 2 machine. Now, if I put one of these here, what do we have going? I think that's perfect. Now, here's what I'm thinking. This here. Now, we can pipe the kelp blocks to this and this. But the overflow goes here, while the shared fuel pipe over here just goes in this one. Alright, this is going to take some trial and error. But let's see if I can do it. So, I think we want this to have an extraction pipe. Hey, you know what? We should be seeing, hey, yeah, we got some kelp blocks falling from the sky. Good, we know the fuel will connect to it. Does that mean it'll stop? No, it doesn't. Okay, so I swapped that up. Now the kelp blocks are up there. They used to be down here, and it used to look nice and pretty, but apparently it's more effective if it's up there. So, now we have that here. We can now put a stockpile switch here. Have that face there. And we can put that signal on. And we can put this here. Receiving a signal. Okay. Signal's inverted. Now, once it gets high enough... Okay. There we go. That's how it should work. So, once this thing is filled, we should have kelp blocks leaving. Going up to the belt. Okay. I think that's that situation settled. And now, we want a low retrieval module. Looking for kelp. And we want to limit the stack to 256. Now, we should see a near instant reaction to that. There it is. Got some kelp blocks coming in. Excellent. Let's get to a crawl state. There we go. Put this here. This can only accept kelp. Alright. And now look at that, it's gaining redstone flux. So we have redstone flux to this trade machine. Now we need a farming pass. I don't think we have a farming pass. So we're gonna buy one. Bulletin board. Okay. Farmer. Submit. Alright. Coin filter. Put in the farming pass. Alright, let's throw this here. It shows up here. Coin comes out of here. Ah! Perfect! Perfect, yes! And this thing can accept kelp blocks, which comes on this belt. I love it! I love it! Oh, it's Perfect! Here, I'll just, pick those up. Man, I never thought that this cubby would actually be used for something useful. I put this in thinking maybe we could do something cool with the forge that's functional, but I don't know, we never got around to that. I'm so happy we got to use this hole. And that we actually were able to fit something functional in here. What direction does this go? The wrong direction. Of course. So what do you say we have it here, and we just put a chute under it, so that it drops down? Because, I don't know, I feel like that would be easier than making it a slope. If not for the coins, I would just have it be composted on the way down. But we need to sort the coins out of there. What do you say we set up this station here first? Because what I'm thinking is, wouldn't it be nice if, you know, we had the trade station here, we could throw all the stuff in, and it turns into coin, and the coin's right here, in this here barrel. But what if the coin came from above? And, you know, just landed in this here barrel. You know, we have been using a lot of Stirling engines around here. I'm actually starting to worry that maybe we're using too many of them. Are there any other types of dynamo we can use? I suppose if we really wanted to, we could, have magma come over here instead of kelp blocks. Because, I don't know, I'm afraid that if we use too many, Stirling engines that use kelp blocks, we'll end up using more kelp blocks than we're backing up on. I have already noticed, let's see if I can get to the barrel. I've already noticed that the number of kelp blocks that enter this barrel, they're still rising, but it's much slower now. Meanwhile, the magma, I mean, this is just steadily climbing. Look, that's already almost full. Here we are. Alright. Oh, you can augment this. Could you augment the other ones? I don't remember. Oh yeah, and I need 2 of these. I gotta remember I need 2 of them. What the hell's going on? I just heard a weird noise. And the fire crackles. What the hell is... Wait. I heard... What was that noise? You can't just make a weird noise. Have a audio subtitle caption saying bomb exploding and expect me to think that's okay. What do you mean bomb exploding? What's going on with my factory? Well, whatever it is, stop it. You're scaring me. Okay, I have another idea. What if we had the coin go all the way over to here and drop down to a belt that's over here? You know, reconverge, and we just had everything else drop from a different spot. Alright, let's put a coin filter in here and put it on the deny list. So coins are denied. So now everything except coins will go down there. I threw my hoppers, all according to plan, don't worry. Okay, we have a hopper here. We'll put on that filter. Okay. Okay. I think I got a good setup here. So, I just need to get that chute over here now. Alright, I think this works. But now we gotta power that. And I don't know how to do that. I suppose I could do this. Hey, and it's the right way too. Okay, I mean, really, there's no good way to test this other than wait for the stuff to overflow. How are we looking anyway when it comes to stuff overflowing? Well, that's almost done. That's looking pretty full. That, of course, would be about the same. Yeah, I fear it may take a little while longer for it to finish, but we can still take some of this and kind of test it out by throwing it here. Now let's follow it. It goes in here. Comes coin. It's put out here. And travels along this here belt. Nice. It's gonna go over that belt over there. Oh, I guess I missed it, but yeah, it tumbled down and fell down here. Excellent. There we go. Funds. So now we'll just slowly get money from this here kelp farm when it overfills. And the same should go for the kelp block byproduct over here. It is rising, but it's very slow now, and I think that's why it's important that we may use magmatic dynamos over here. So now we only have one more thing left to do to complete this, and that is draw lava over there. So let's see if we can do that real quick. Yep, look at it go. That's getting power as a result. And this is also getting power. Excellent. Now what I want to know is... Okay, that's not draining. That's what I was worried about. Let's smelt some iron. I mean, we have an iron generator, so there's really no point in worrying about crushed iron. But for the sake of testing, let's crush that up, throw it in smeltery, and see if we get lava back. Alright, throw that in there. We're losing lava. Or we're getting it back just as quickly. Okay, good, good. Alright. Let's put that here. And then we'll cover up the hole with that. Okay. I think this is pretty good. Like I said, we're not going to see results right away because of, you know, how we got to wait for it to overfill and all that, but I'm pretty confident that this will work. You know what? I just realized it might work more if this had a trade pass in it. There we go. You know what? Just for the hell of it, let's test it out. Let's take some bone meal and throw it in the compactor. Okay, bone meal is entering the compactor. It's compacted, and it goes down into that basin there. 2, 3 bone blocks. 1 more. 4. That gets compacted. I got 4 osseous brick. Waiting for trading. Oh, we need a whole stack of that. It gets 6 coin. Alright, that's not terrible. You know, it's starting to make sense where this came from. I had no idea Enderman could pick up pumpkins. That had to have been what that was. That was weird. And unfortunately, I don't think this is too much of a sight for sore eyes, this little contraption. You barely notice it. It kind of sticks to the wall and ceiling a bit, so it's not out there. And best of all, it makes use of that cubby up there that I had no idea what to do with for the longest time. I gotta say, I am quite happy with how this turned out. Quite happy. Alright, I genuinely think we're done with this room now, so let's actually block this off. And I think we're done with this. Alright! I think that'll do it for this episode. That took a very long time to build, and I don't even feel like I really did a lot, if I'm going to be honest. It doesn't feel like I did that much, but at the same time, this is a very long episode. I've been recording this episode for 4 hours, and yet this is pretty much all I have to show for it. Sure, at the beginning of the episode, I did clear this out, but, I mean, that didn't take too long. That took maybe, I don't know, 20 minutes at most. While that little contraption took absolutely forever. Catalyst. Drop a catalyst. Or not. I need to get me a looting sword. I need to get looting on a sword. I'd get those better drops if I get a looting sword. But yeah, next episode is going to be a very chill episode. I think we're mostly just going to run around and fix some stuff up. Maybe we can go caving, I don't know. But I want to make doors here. And I want to make an elevator over here around the corner so I can get rid of the scaffolding. Something very simple. Something that I think I want to use the gantry for. Put a gantry here and just have it bring up 2 halves of an elevator. Or even cooler, I just thought of something. What if instead I just have a thing where there's a platform here, it goes up, and then an opposing one goes down so that there's always something on that level. You just come up to it, push a button, it switches directions, goes up, and there's something down here, something up there. That's such a great idea. Thank you, me. Wow, I hadn't even considered. So yeah, I guess we'll work on that next episode. I'm very excited for that now. That sounds like it would look pretty nice. And don't even get me started on this thing. Like, this thing is starting to frustrate me now. Like, what's the issue here? What's the issue with this guy? I don't know. We'll figure that out in the next episode. So thank you very much for watching. If you like what you saw, consider subscribing. And remember, the Wasteland is watching. See ya.